All right. What's going on, everybody? Let's get this straight. So, um, we are not live, and so I guess there are some restrictions and things like that that YouTube has. So, for whatever reasons, we're not live, but the show must go on. So, hopefully, you guys can view this at your convenience. It's a little windy, so I'll try and speak up so that everybody can hear me. But my name is Herman Stuckey, and I'm the owner of On The Go, owner and operator of On The Go Power Wash Pro. And you may have seen us on YouTube and maybe Facebook, On The Go Power Wash Pro TV. So we thank everybody for viewing our content, subscribing, and of course we thank all of our loyal customers as well. So yeah, our channel's growing, we've been growing, and so we just greatly appreciate everybody. So I just wanted to do this. I said I'd do it after the 100th episode, and we just recently posted our 100th episode and a few more, and we're doing good. So we're here to talk about pressure washing and as a business for people who are wanting to get started in it or whatever. 2020 pressure washing and pressure cleaning business, it was valued at 1.95 billion. It's projected to increase to 2.3 billion in 2025. So if you're thinking about getting into this industry, I think it's safe to say that with some hard work, some good planning, you could definitely make some good money in this business. So one thing I wanted to talk about for people who are maybe wondering about some things they can do as far as marketing and starting up your company, some things, social media, internet sites is one good way to do it. And I would just say to that, just do your best to keep it strictly on the profession or the business. There's some people who have pages and they talk about politics or religion or cars or real estate. It's just my opinion. It's safer just to keep it on the business and keep it focused. So there are some things that you can do yourself to kind of help keep costs low, because starting any business can be expensive. So some things that we have done, that we've utilized, that have worked very, very well, of course, are business cards, some flyers with promotions, things like that we make up ourselves and we distribute to customers. Brochures with some research on them, I think sometimes really gets customers' attention, especially like food service and things like that. Some other tools, if you have like magnets or some type of signage on your vehicle, that is very helpful. I know a lot of people ride around with no signage on a vehicle, but they have a trailer with like lawnmowers all on the back. Well, people can't figure out, or people can't solicit you, right? Or whatever. Like they can't request your services because they don't know how to get a hold of you if they just see you in a truck. I remember we purchased some relatively small magnets and we placed them on our work truck, and the very day that we did it, we had people, there was a customer that pulled us over and we got business off of that. And of course, since then, people call us, all the time because they see our vehicle. So if you're just getting started and you want to figure out some ways how to get business, you definitely got to market yourself and put those magnets on your vehicles or stickers or whatever you have so people can see that. All right, where else? Where else are we? T-shirts, right? T-shirts are big. We have them. When you're out in public, you have on a t-shirt with your business, it's free promotion and people can see that and ask you about it, or they may just see it and call you. So it definitely helps. Nothing beats just getting out there and pounding the pavement. Here in Florida, Central Florida, it's a little tough. It's tricky because there are a lot of gated communities that you just don't naturally have access to when you get out and knock on doors and things like that. What I would say is just do the best you can. There are enough homes, there are enough businesses that need that service. Just get out and do the absolute best that you can. If you can get a hold of an HOA, contact them. You have to really just be creative and get out there and really hustle hard for it. I would say, in addition to that, and we here at On The Go, we strive for a 5-star rating. And we encourage our customers to post reviews. So with that, we go above and beyond. We make sure that we leave no stone unturned, so to speak, whenever we're providing a service for a customer, because we want them to share that experience. At the end of every job, I think it's important, and we always ask our customers, do you have any other questions or concerns that you would like for me to address at this time? And I think that's really, really big. It shows the customer that you care, number one. And number two, though, if you need to address something, or if they have a question or a concern, you can address it right there. That's going to help reflect positively on your reviews and just the overall experience that the customer has with you. And they're going to tell other people about that experience. So it's really, really, really important. And I would definitely encourage people to ask that. Communication with the customer, it's key, right? So these are all things, again, I'm saying, if you want to do pressure washing as a business, these are all things that you should certainly want to keep in mind. Communication is key, right? Being on time is really important. Customers really appreciate that you value their time. And if you're going to be late or whatever, text them, call them, immediately, hey, I'm running late or whatever. Most customers understand, and it is all good. I've had many a times where I've had to call or text someone and say, hey, stop for fuel, or hey, traffic is heavy, or hey, I'm still trying to find your residence, right? The GPS says go left and I'm supposed to go right. Anything. So communicating with the customer is key when you want those favorable reviews. Active listening is extremely important. Make sure that you're repeating to the customer what they're saying, so they know that you know what they want. And that definitely makes for a great interaction with the customer. Something that I like to do is I'm just a conversationalist by nature, and so I find it's very helpful when you're trying to solicit business. It's very helpful to find common interest and common ground with customers. Prime example, I love football. I don't have NFL football. I don't have a particular team in the NFL, but I follow all teams and coaches, so that makes me pretty well suited to discuss just about every team, and most people love football. So it's a great conversation starter, and it's just a way to be personal, I guess, right? Personable, I guess, with your customers. And so I think it's helpful when you can have conversations with people other than just work. And I can tell you, for us, for me, again, it just comes natural. I love, football. I love different outdoors, for example. Someone may have a boat in their driveway. I love boating as well. You know, it's been very helpful whenever we can just be average, regular, down-to-earth people. Customers love that. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're communicating with your customers. Learn their name, address them by name. Hey, Mr. Johnson, how you doing? This is Herman. Hey, I'm on my way to your residence. Whatever. Customers love that, and I'm telling you, these small things will definitely help you get business for sure. All right, where am I? Let's see here. I got some notes to keep me on track here. It's always important to even if you're just going to look at a job, or if you're doing a job, you always want to do a walkthrough with the customer, and trust me, you always want to do that. We've had some instances where customers were not home. They lived out of state. They had to go to an appointment. They were at work. Things like that. And I'll talk a little bit later about that, what you can do. But if they're home, if they're available, walk through, talk them through the project, what you did, maybe some things they may want to look into, taking care of down the road. Customers appreciate that, and you probably will have a customer for as long as you're doing this. Here's my opinion about this right here. Customers are always right. I know some people may disagree with that. What I mean by that is just not making the interaction controversial in any way. Say, for example, you're talking about a topic and the customer disagrees, or you may not agree with them. Just keep in mind that you're there to provide a service, and you have a business, and you want to grow your reputation. So just try and steer away from controversial conversations. We know politics right now is very controversial. Sometimes religion can be controversial. So, just find a way to, back out of that and keep moving forward with the project. So those are some things as far as marketing, customer interactions, things I think that you should want to really focus on if you're trying to grow your business, or if you're trying to start a business. All right, so moving on, equipment. One debate or one conversation I've seen a lot of, and a lot of great opinions about it, is should you invest in cheaper equipment, and as you get more business and as you make more money, should you then buy more expensive equipment, or should you just maybe start out with good quality equipment? And so I've heard I've read and seen a lot of different opinions about it, and my opinion is I don't think there's really a wrong answer. Let me preface my answer by saying that you have to make the best decision for yourself. But if you ask me for my specific opinion on that, I am going to say it depends on your intention, right? Your intent. If you want to do this business as a supplemental income, part-time, in conjunction with another job or a business endeavor, then I would say you probably want to keep it cheaper because you're not doing it full time. So that may be a smart way to go. However, I've had emails, I've had some text messages, and a few phone calls from some folks that want to do this full time. They want to make this an actual business that generates income and wealth for them. My opinion is save your money and invest in good quality equipment. try and find it on sale. You know, if you can find a deal. But definitely invest in good quality equipment. All right, so that's my opinion on should you do cheaper equipment or more expensive. All right, I hope that helps somebody. One other thing real quick, I was gonna say, if you wanna make this into a business, right? Like this is what I do, that's it. I mean, I have a CDL, I've had a CDL for many years, and it was a blessing to have when I had it. But with that being said, this is my business that I want to cultivate and grow into something much, much, much larger than what it is. So for me, I would tell people who are in that same boat as me, I would say stores like home improvement stores that sell pressure washers, I personally wouldn't get those. The quality I don't think is what you need for what you want to do. Again, if you want to make this into a full-time business, I believe that you should find an actual pressure washing supply store. Make those folks your best friend, because I'm gonna tell you right now, for me, and I know a lot of other people can agree with me, when you're just getting started, there are so many things that you don't know about equipment, maintenance, replacing parts and things like that. To find a store that will invest in you and take the time to educate you and help you, it's priceless. It's worth its weight in gold. Trust me. I was very fortunate and blessed to have found a store here in Central Florida, Orlando, and those folks, they really invest in their customers. And I think part of it is business, but I think the other part is they just really do care. If you can find that in your area, you will be good as gold when you're wanting to start a business, an actual business. These people are gonna help you learn things that you would have never thought of, and it's gonna save you a lot of time and headache. No doubt, I'm speaking only from experience on that. So find a pressure washing store, take them some donuts, take them some coffee. You know, they will definitely be a great resource for you. All right. So moving right along, something I like to definitely talk about, and it's important: safety. Whether you're doing this part-time, whether you're doing it full-time, it's your business, right? So safety is always important. You are responsible for your safety. And let me say, you're also responsible for the safety of anyone that you have working, you know, with you or for you. So please keep that in mind. Always be willing to walk away from an unsafe job. I don't really know all the examples, but if you go to a job and, I don't know, there are power lines hanging, that's unsafe. If you go to a job where you could possibly fall, hurt yourself, I mean, listen, you know, right? You go there, you see the job. If it is not safe, never be afraid to say, no, thank you, we can't help you, or we can help you once these issues are addressed. Safety truly, really is the most important thing. And I'm gonna tell you, doing pressure washing, you know, we do a lot of working on, you know, with concrete, and it's tough to tear that up. It's tough to hurt yourself, I guess, in the typical sense, right? But there are a lot of things that have nothing to do with your job that could factor into your safety. So just keep an eye on that, and always be safe, gang. See, my rule, when I have people come and work with me, and sorry about the wind, I hope y'all can hear me. If you can, I'll have to redo all this. But my rule, next to being safe, is don't damage anything. And people who have worked with me know I say it in a much more colorful way that I won't say now. But that's very important. You want to be detail oriented, right? So if you're not a detailed person, you might want to try and learn those skills. But damaging property, I think, is the quickest way to start and end a business like this, in the service industry. Take your time, be safe, make sure that you are setting yourself up for success in every job, for sure. So let me tell you a quick story about this very issue of not tearing up customers' property. So my father came to work with me at a commercial job. It wasn't filmed, but he came to work with me. So I had been training him and teaching him on some of the do's and don'ts. Well, one of the don'ts that I train people on is when you're changing the tips on your guns, whether it's a longer gun, whether it's a chemical gun, the shorter chemical gun. Whenever you change out a tip, always point that gun in a safe direction and just briefly pull the trigger. And the reason for that is to make sure that the tip is actually seated properly in that gun. So we were at this commercial site. We were cleaning, it was glass, just glass. This whole wall was nothing but glass. And I had been telling my dad and teaching him, trying to get him into that right, frame of mind and how to do it properly. So I was over doing something, and he was over in front of this huge glass. And I saw him change out tips. What do you think happened? Okay. A, do you think that he shot the window and burst it out, and that was a very expensive insurance claim? That's A. Or B, do you think he followed my instructions and pointed the gun in a safe direction and pulled the trigger? I'm gonna let you think about it. Give me an answer. If you watch this later, give me a comment down below if you get this far into it. But the answer is B. I was very, very, very proud of my dad on that day. He turned the gun away from this huge, just glass wall. He pulled the trigger, and that tip shot out like a bullet, right? And it shot out in the grass. And I think I spent maybe 20 minutes trying to find it. That was a $7 tip. And I was just very, very thankful. And I told him I was very proud of him and thankful that he followed the training and the instructions that I gave him. Who knows how much it would have actually cost to repair this window? Who knows when that tip went through that window, what else it could have damaged or who else could have been hurt. Those things are going to happen, right? Those tips are going to, sometimes they're not going to see properly. But I think if you get into a habit of doing things that are safe, even sometimes when you make a mistake or something just doesn't work out, you're not left in just a bad situation. So he turned the gun, shot the tip out. I went, couldn't find it. That was $7 that I took out of his check, by the way, but it wasn't thousands and thousands of dollars and possibly a knock on my reputation and my business's reputation, rather, that I'd have to suffer. So safety is important, but also not damaging property is so important. When you have someone working with you or for you, remember, you are responsible for them. Train them right. Make sure you yourself, you practice the right things so that when you do bring people on, it's just natural to teach them the right way. No shortcuts. Hashtag no shortcuts. All right. Ooh, that was kind of a bit right there, wasn't it? All right. So we're gonna kind of start wrapping this thing up here. So again, thank you all for watching this. Thank you all for sticking with us. We appreciate your support. One other thing, additional services. I know there are a lot of folks who paint, they do pressure washing. I know there are a lot of folks who do pressure washing, they do painting, they do other things. If you're starting out, my personal opinion is stick with the one thing, get good at it. And then if you want to branch out, you know, that's your choice. There are pros and cons to expanding services, okay? And I forget what episode it is, but like we use the pressure washer to actually cut up this bed of, I don't even remember what it was. If anybody remembers that episode, shout me out. I looked it up, but I don't remember now. But it was bonus footage, actually. And, you know, that was kind of an extra service that we did. Episode 100, actually, ironically, that was an actual acid wash of a pool. So we went a step beyond just cleaning. We actually did the acid as well in the pool. So, you know, make your own choice with what you're comfortable with what you're knowledgeable with, and go from there. Something that we're going to actually start doing is sealing pavers. So that's something I think if you know how to do it already, if you have the time to do it, if you've done it before and you're comfortable, that may be a service you might want to expand. Make that decision for yourself. But definitely, if you're starting out, I would certainly recommend learn this side of it, get this side of the business down, and go for it. Go for it from there. All right. What was your favorite episode? I'd love to hear in the comment section below what your favorite episode was and why. For me, no doubt, episode 100 was probably the most unique thus far, and so that's one of my favorites. Episode 93, the rust removal, was one of my favorites as well. It's pretty unique to see how chemicals and things interact and how we can actually help customers enhance their curb appeal. So yeah, 193, 63, the long driveway, that was pretty cool. I like that one. Probably the biggest transformation, episode 86, which is tied to 100 as well. 86, you have to check it out if you hadn't. That was a complete transformation. Our customers, they loved it, and when you watch it, you'll love it too. You'll see it. It was awesome, and so we really enjoy it, and we really appreciate all of our customers. We appreciate it when they spread our name around. A lot of our business has really boomed here recently because customers are telling other customers about us. And I cannot tell you how nice that is. It doesn't cost us anything. We don't have to do anything. It's like free advertisement at its best. And when you do good work, lost my paper, but I think I'm done with that one. But when you do good work, that is gonna happen. And so that's why we have to really be patient when we're starting out a business, starting out a company like this especially. You have to give it time for your reputation to grow. We're very, very fortunate, we're very blessed, and we're very thankful that we have such a good reputation, and we have reviews online. We have episodes on our channel that can back that up. And so for us, it definitely helps put us at another level, right? At another level. And so for you folks that are out there starting out and you're wanting more business, focus on that one that you're doing, right? Communicate with your customers, make them feel good. Of course, I know your work is going to be great. Try and get them to leave reviews on your Facebook or wherever, whatever, right, that you have, so you can have that to stand on, right, and let your reputation just grow. So I think that is pretty much all I have, because I really was at the end of that sheet that just blew away. Like I said, it's really windy here in Orlando today, so I hope you all can hear me. If not, I'll have to do this all over again. But I think we're good. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments about what you heard today, please leave those in the comment section below. Would love to hear from our subscribers that are active in commenting and things like that. And if you've never commented before, please do. I know we have a lot of subscribers that don't comment. We invite you folks to comment. Definitely, I want to hear about your favorite episode and why. We have 102 episodes, so if you haven't had a chance to look through them all, take your time, look through some of them, figure it out, and tell us what you like the best. All right. So again, I apologize. We could not go live. I did not know that. There were some restrictions that YouTube had, not on us specifically, but they just have a different criteria for going live. So maybe next time we may go live on another platform. I don't know. But nonetheless, this will wrap this thing here up for us today. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Herman Stuckey, owner and operator of On The Go Power Wash Pro. And thank you all for watching On The Go Power Wash Pro TV. Till next time, stay safe. God bless. Peace.